Greetings everyone, Master Grogan here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So today, this big right hook of reality to live your best kick in life is actually from my wife. And I mean, she lit me up with this baby. And it was how to deal with online haters, trolls, whatever you want to call them. Just people that say, I don't know what their deal is, but maybe they have nothing better to do but to say ugly stuff and to criticize everything you do. I get them too. Well, her thing is this, and she got this from a clinical psychologist, and that was, think about fishing. Think about a fisherman. What they're doing is they're trying to hook something, right? Hook a fish. Well, think about these online trolls and haters, right? They're out there with their bait. They're trying to hook something by saying ugly things, mean things, hateful things, criticizing, unjust, and you don't probably deserve it, but whatever. They're out there fishing. And as soon as they catch one, or as soon as they hook you, now they control you. You're on the line, and they're all over the place. And of course, the amount of time you spend engaging with that nonsense, obviously that time could be better served on something else. Now, my thing is, I share with my wife all the time, and she's beautiful. She's wonderful. She has helped me achieve a level of success, and I haven't always been the best husband in the world. I openly admit that. So those out there, man, put your wife first, guys, and take care, respect them, and listen to them. They're there to help you. You know, behind every, and that's not every great man. I'm not saying I'm a great man. I've achieved a few things, but there's a great woman that's supportive. But oftentimes, I know I was plenty guilty of not listening. So her thing was, what I would say is, well, Des, I'm trying to throw this stuff out there to help empower people, because I was always positive and optimistic, but yet I wasn't always the most, I would let the weight of the world get me down. I was one, I'd blame others for my lack of success. Well, if he would have done this, it wouldn't have happened. All those ugly things. And of course, every time I didn't accept responsibility, I blamed it on somebody else. It was pushing me further and further and further and further and further down, and held my success from happening. Now, I've achieved a level of success, which I'm so grateful and so honored for, but how I achieved that, how I went from our first studio, barely 600 square feet, from 2 bankruptcies, and a lot of other financial blunders, was all about accepting responsibility. It was me. It was me, all me. And if I couldn't drop my ego enough to say, hey, I don't know how to do this. Hey, I could be wrong here. Hey, what can I do to learn? That was the big thing. And in martial arts, we talk about a white belt moment all the time, but oftentimes as martial artists, we forget because we're the master. Gotta be humble. Gotta drop that ego. So anyway, back to my wife. I said, I'm trying to throw this information out there to share with others who I feel, are where I was and are continuously struggling with those things. And her point was, look, maybe at some point in time you weren't ready to listen. Maybe they're not ready to listen either. You can't cram it down their throat. You can't feed a rock. And I know as much as you want in your heart to help these folks and help these people, then you're not going to do it if they're not willing to change. Scardy, take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink, right? They have to be willing to change. And I'm like, yeah, but they're being disrespectful. They don't understand what they're doing. I never would do something like that, but yet I can understand where they're coming from. And she said, stop. Enough. Enough is enough is enough. You've got a great following. You've got a number of fans that love your messages, love everything you put out there, and are willing to listen and understand and take your words of advice and wisdom that you've learned from experience and utilize it. But also there's others that don't want to hear it, and they don't want to hear it, and they're going to put you down. They're going to say ugly things. They're going to disrespect you online. Let it go. And then to follow it all off, and here's the big boom, right hook and left uppercut, she says, remember that thing you told me about Steve Harvey? And one of Steve Harvey read several of his books, and a big thing he addressed in both of his books was this. He said, dogs are always going to howl at the moon. Always. That's just what they do. However, if the moon howls back, that's a story. Be the moon. Be the spotlight. Be the one that's up there shining the light on others for good. Let the dogs howl all they want. Don't howl back at the dogs. Ooh, and I was like, oh my gosh. She goes, how many times have you said that? And I'm like, I don't know. So she clobbered me pretty good with that, but she's exactly right. Put yourself up there. And I had a couple negative posts come across and a few different things with some others that I put out there, and I got engaged. I let that person hook me, and what I do, I fired back just saying, come on, man, you're better than this. That wasn't it. I even had some gentleman tell me once before, because I used the word humble, that I wasn't a real man. And the fact that I should have just said, okay, that's it. But I didn't. So why am I sharing this story with you? I'm sharing it because I know a lot of us that put ourselves out there, we're wanting to do good for the world. We're wanting to help others. Well, in the process of doing that, you are. Know that. You're helping a ton of people. But at the same time, you could be, others may be jealous. And people say, oh, they're jealous of you. What the heck? Why be jealous of me? Gosh darn it. I had to scratch, claw, bite, and work my butt off to get anything I've ever gotten here. Anybody with half a brain could do much better than I am. I just chose to outwork everybody. That's it. And they can do it too. You can do it too. But just know, when you put your message out there, you're going to help more people than you'll ever know. But at the same time, you're going to have people crawl out of the woodwork and take pop shots at you. Why? Because now you're the moon. You're up there, baby. And these dogs are going to howl at the moon. That's what they do. The fisherman is trying to hook something. Don't buy into it. Don't take the bait. Don't howl back to the dogs. Yeah. My wife always says, look, some people like iced tea, some people like lemonade, some people like coffee, some people like Master Grogan. Some people don't. Get used to it. Keep preaching the message that you do, because you're hitting the right audience. You're really impacting the right people. And I'm like, yes, dear, you're right. I love you. But that's my whole point. So us males out there, listen to our wives, okay? They've got our best interests at heart. And a lot of times we know these things. We just need them to clobber us with that good old right hook to make it happen. So keep giving your message. Keep doing what you do. And by all means, if you know in your heart, you're doing the right thing, you're making the right choices, you're making an impact, and you truly are trying to help out others, then what else is there? What else is there? Bruce Lee, great quote by him, said, knowledge will give you power, but character will give you respect. And if you walk the walk, talk the talk, you do what you say you're going to do, you're preaching from the heart, you're sharing your failures, your lack of successes, your pitfalls, your things that you've done wrong in the past, you're sharing those openly with your heart to help out others, that's character, baby. That's character. And that's what builds respect. And those that want that, they bought that, they want that, then they're going to respect you. Others, you can't change the world. Let them be who they are. If anything, feel sorry for them. But by all means, don't engage them. Be the moon. Don't howl back at the dogs. There you go. How's that? You like that? Is that a good message? Well, you can thank my wife, Desi, for that one. She clobbered me the other day. And she also reminded me, the amount of time you spend here, you're taking away from time over here. It means you can't, if you're arguing with this person over here, you're on his string, so to speak, like the fisherman, then you're eliminating time from the family, eliminating time from spreading your message, eliminating time for everything you're doing. And then she said, you know what, think of it this way. She goes, be humble, but you've got a successful business, a studio, a family that loves you. You've got a successful podcast, the Kickin' Life podcast. Why are you arguing with these people? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to help them. She goes, they don't want your help. Yes, dear. So anyway, all right, I'm getting a little carried away here. So just know that, learn from my failures here, and then, hold me accountable so I make sure I do a better job, and then hopefully I'll hold you accountable so you do a better job. But I'm going to keep bringing these videos, bringing these messages to you, because from the bottom of my heart, I truly want to help make our society a happier, healthier, and safer place to live by empowering kids and adults to believe in themselves, be respectful to themselves, and then respect others. And that's how we're going to do it. And that's going to make our society a better place to live. And of course, we are going to live our best Kickin' Life, right? Had to tie that in. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, it's called Kickin' Life Podcast. Subscribe to that. Leave your comments and feedback below. Also, our Facebook page is Kickin' Life with Master Grogan. Every day starts off with something inspirational and wonderful and great to help empower you to live your best Kickin' Life. Leave your comments and feedback. I promise to reply back to each and every one. Let me know if this message was helpful for you. And let me know if you're having some trouble with somebody kind of bullying or trolling you online. And maybe I can throw some more thoughts your way that how I've kind of dealt with it. Or maybe I'll just have my wife get a hold of you and she'll straighten you out. Maybe that's it. That's the answer. Anyway, thank you so very much. From the bottom of my heart, the fact that you took time to listen to me today means the world to me. And that's why I'm going to keep doing these messages and giving this to you to help you live your best Kickin' Life. Have a blessed day, everybody. God bless. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.